This is the plaintiff, Crystal Doherty. She says her new upstairs neighbors treat their place like a bowling alley. The noise they create's unbearable, and it goes on all night long. The woman intentionally yells and screams, and she's had to call the cops on her multiple times. The tenants who rented her place moved out due to all the disturbances. She's lost out on 5 months' rent and is suing this kooky couple for the $5,000. She's now out. These are the defendants, Irina and Thomas Mahoney. Thomas says his wife uses the condo from time to time, and the plaintiff has complained about things like hearing the water running. Well, when you turn the water on in a building, the water runs through the pipes and it makes noise. The plaintiff is suing them because her tenants moved out? That's not their problem. They won't be bullied by this power-hungry woman, and they refuse to pay her a dime. They're accused of making a ruckus.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Proceed, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Crystal Doherty?
Yes.
You are suing Irina Mahoney and Thomas Mahoney? Okay, for $5,000 and loss of rental income because according to you, your upstairs neighbors made it impossible for anyone to live in your condo. What's
Correct.
going on? Talk to me.
So I have lived in the condo myself for many years, starting in about 2015. Very loud noises would wake me up frequently at night, and even the evening hours were sometimes very unbearable.
What kind of noises?
It sounded like lots of screaming, stomping noises. It was just very loud. I have videos of a wine glass on a table that when she stomps, the wine actually moves in the glass.
Okay, did you ever go up there to see what was going on or call the police or anything else?
Yes. I went on the upstairs, knocked on her door on multiple occasions. She would not respond, and she would still be screaming in the apartment the whole time.
While you're knocking?
Yes.
Okay, did you ever call the police?
I did.
Or management, or?
I called the police on multiple occasions. They would show up. They would go up to her apartment, and she would just not answer the door because I could hear everything.
Okay.
And at first, I was calling the police because I was afraid. It sounded like someone was being hurt. Eventually, I come to find out she lived by herself.
Up there?
Up there,
Okay.
yes. Thomas occasionally would visit
Okay.
with their son, but he did not live in the apartment.
Okay.
And anytime anybody would
How
ever
old is their son? Like a child or a grown-up?
at that time, he was, I think, about 6, but I don't know for
Okay, so
sure
we're talking
exactly
about a
how
child.
old.
Okay.
Yes, yes. On one occasion, I actually went upstairs to confront them because it was very loud again, and she had shoved them out of the apartment so quickly that the child left his shoes behind and had to go back and pick his shoes up from the apartment.
So you eventually moved from there. What year do you move from there?
I moved out in March of 2018. I got a job in Massachusetts and moved to Massachusetts.
Okay, so you rent it out and your tenant enters there when?
May 2018.
Okay, I presume you didn't tell the tenant about the noise problem.
I did not.
All
no.
right, so now the tenant moves in and the tenant calls you and says, "What gives?" Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Within 3 weeks of moving
Okay,
in.
and did you lose the tenant?
I did.
When did the tenant move out?
November 30th.
Okay, did you
was
have a
their last
one-year
day.
lease with that
I
tenant?
did have a
But you
one-year
let them
lease.
out of the lease
I
over the
did,
issue?
yes,
All right,
and I
so
have
the
a
tenant
copy of
moves
the
out
lease.
November 30th. All right, so what you're suing for is from the time the tenant left until the end of the tenancy.
Yes.
Do you have any proof of the reason why this person left? In other words, do you have emails, texts where they're complaining about stuff?
Yes, I have a letter from them stating why they needed to come out of the lease, but I also have a bunch of text messages. I have videos that they have sent me.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. First of all, who lives there?
Irina,
Irina does. Okay, and what is your relationship to Irina?
I'm her husband.
Okay, so you two are separated?
We have 2 residences, so
So, but you live in one and she lives in another. I call that separated. I don't know what that means. Why does she live separately from you if you're husband and wife and you're not separated?
private reasons.
Well, those private reasons have become very public now, haven't they? Because you're being sued over what's going on in the apartment. What is going on in the apartment? They say that you're very noisy up there. Are you? What's going on?
I was mad.
You were mad at what?
I don't remember something.
What do you do when you get mad? I don't have anyone else to ask. You came here. This is a lawsuit. I have to ask you these questions even if they're uncomfortable. Can you tell me what it is?
Because one of the neighbors made me mad.
What neighbor made you mad?
Some of them.
Okay, how did they make you mad?
They ignore me.
They
don't communicate with me.
Say it again? They don't communicate with
Because I feel abandoned.
you. Who do you feel abandoned by?
No, I just feel lonely.
Do you have a child?
Yes,
How old's your child?
I'm 10 years old.
Who does the child live with?
He was with me.
What's going on? Just tell me what's going on.
She likes to have her space, so we give it to her.
She likes to have her space to do what with, though? Because that's where the problem lies.
And, we're not the only ones in the building who had problems with this woman.
Okay?
The superintendent in the building, who was very well liked, for some reason didn't get along with her, so she had him fired. Now, he's got a wife and kids, and he felt very unjustly bullied by this woman and fired from his position, which he depended on to support his wife and his kids.
Okay.
Because they felt because she was on the board, she was on this big power trip, and she felt she could control everyone and tell people what to do and what to pay.
Do you feel that her complaints are made up, or that?
Well, I wasn't there. She say a lot of what she's complaining about the noise. I wasn't there to say how loud the noise was.
Are you ever there?
Yeah, I am there sometimes.
How long have you two been married?
11 years.
11 years. How did you two meet? How did you two meet?
Oh, we met online.
Online? Whose voice is that? The tenant's or yours?
The tenant.
What's going on? Is that your voice or someone else's voice? Does she have mental health issues?
No.
Well, then what's going on? Because it's like Linda Blair and The Exorcist up there, and people have a right to not have to listen to that. What is going on up there?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So if somebody lives in an apartment, are they required to keep noise down more so than, say, if they lived in a house, a freestanding house?
Yeah, probably a little more than a house since the walls are closer.
But do you have like a legal obligation to keep it down because you have neighbors?
I would think so, yes.
What do you say?
I would think so, because you have to keep in mind other people that are also living in the
That's courtesy, but do you think legally you're required to do that?
I would think so, yeah.
Okay, we'll find out going inside the courtroom.
Yes, sometimes I bang. I was mad.
There's a reason that
at
she lives
neighbor.
there. What is going on?
But not on Crystal, not her, someone else.
That is you over and over again. That is whoever's living there over and over and over and over again, not on one day, but on many days. Heaven help her if she found another tenant to torment. Would you want to live listening to that, scaring you like that? Would you want to live that way? She wants you to pay for her loss of income. She has a right to enjoy her property. What I'm listening to is not some crazy condo commando who is abusing her power. It is actually someone who can't live like that. You know, that's not okay. You can't do that to other people. Why don't you take her to live with you? Okay, there's a reason, right? Well, you can't put that on someone else. We have a problem. You've lost her, the renter. And what's she going to do past that date? Then what do you do?
Right.
At one point, someone called the police, and what happened?
They showed up, and eventually an ambulance pulled up, and they took her away in the ambulance after quite a fight to get her in the ambulance.
Was she committed that time?
It was quiet for 3 days.
I'm unaware of that situation.
I have texted him.
Let me just
on
tell you
occasion.
something. I know you did. I've seen the hundreds of texts and emails that you sent to him. What you need to do is have a condo meeting and just...
Oh, I've tried.
Right, but the
Yep.
condo board is there for the members, for the condo owners. They don't need to be afraid and be impotent, all right?
Yeah.
Either it gets a solution through medication, through supervision, through something, or he moves in there, or he doesn't move in there. He's not crazy. He don't want to live there. He can't also let you be subject to it. You see?
Yes. Thank you.
I rule in favor of the plaintiff and the statutory maximum of $5,000.
Thank you, Judge.
So without question, the plaintiff prevails. She gets $5,000, which is what she was suing for. Mr. Mahoney, if you'll step over here, Ms. Mahoney. It's obvious they want to get you out of there. And you're not talking very much either. What do you think about what you just heard here in the courtroom? Do you have anything to say?
I feel shame. It's because I feel abandoned and lonely. Because everyone ignored me. All neighbors. They don't talk to me.
So what are you doing making all that noise? What do? You bang on the floor with what? Can you tell me?
I don't remember much.
You don't?
I think like that, maybe.
Just snapping
I
on
don't
the-
remember.
Do you understand how unpleasant you make it
Yes.
for other people?
Yes, I feel shame.
Well, I feel sorry for you. Thank you very much. Maybe you can help.
Well, there are other people who've been victimized by this woman, so it's not all.
Well, look, it's pretty obvious. She's making it very unpleasant. Okay, thank you very much, folks. You must sign some documents on your way out of the courtroom? Okay, and it's that way.
I'm sorry.
Thank you very much.
What should I do now?
Go with your husband.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, Ms. Doherty,
Yes.
I think everybody understands why you filed the lawsuit.
Yes.
But as the judge pointed out, this is not the end of the situation.
No, I am going to be emailing the board and having them take action as quickly as possible. I mean, I dealt with the situation for 3.5 years while I lived there.
Yep.
And thought I would be able to rent it, but it just did not work out. So
Can't believe that everybody isn't jumping up and down to get around. Okay, all right. You have an impotent board.
apparently,
As the
yes,
judge put it.
yes, even when I was president, we were.
Thank you so much. Good luck to you.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Thank you. Harvey, that's an amazing case. What do you think?
Well, I got to say, the Homeowners Association can easily deal with this, Doug. I mean, the bylaws of these associations all deal with noise and other disruptions.